climbed high. It was Monday, June 2nd, 2025. The clock on the First City Bank tower showed 9:03 a.m. Inside, Mr. Arthur Henderson straightened his tie. He was the branch manager. He liked Mondays. They meant fresh starts. He walked through the polished lobby. Early customers were already forming neat lines. Tellers smiled from behind their secure counters. The air conditioning hummed softly, a gentle promise against the Texas heat building outside on Commerce Street. Everything felt orderly, everything felt secure. Mr. Henderson prided himself on this. The scent of fresh coffee drifted from the small break room. Miss Albright, his assistant, was preparing his usual cup, black, no sugar. He nodded a good morning to her. She had worked with him for 15 years. She knew his routines. The bank was more than a building. It was a well-oiled machine. Each part knew its function. Each person knew their role. The vault, deep in the heart of the bank, was his ultimate responsibility. Its massive steel door was a symbol of trust. The day was beginning just like any other, or so he thought. At 9:17 a.m., a small red light blinked on Mr. Henderson's private console. Silent alarm, vault perimeter breach. His heart skipped a beat. He looked out at the banking hall. Everything seemed calm. He pressed a discreet button under his desk. This button alerted the security office directly and dialed the Dallas Police Department. Detective Frank Miller arrived within 7 minutes. 2 patrol cars followed, sirens off until the last block. Miller was a tall man with quiet authority. "Show me," was all he said. The bank was now in a soft lockdown. No one in, no one out. Customers were politely asked to wait. The staff looked worried. Whispers started to spread like wildfire. Big Jim stood firm at the door, his face a mask of concern. They walked towards the vault area, and then they saw it. The main vault door, the multi-ton steel marvel. It was slightly ajar, perhaps by only an inch, but it was open. Mr. Henderson felt a wave of dizziness. "Impossible," he whispered. "I locked it. I swear I locked it." Detective Miller examined the door frame. No obvious marks of forced entry, no sign of explosives. It was clean, too clean. Inside, the scene was one of orderly chaos. Safety deposit boxes were untouched, but the cash reserve drawers were open and empty. An initial estimate suggested millions were gone. Mr. Henderson felt sick. Detective Miller moved to the small security monitoring room adjacent to the vault. The footage from 8:55 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. It's corrupted, just static. Detective Miller began his formal questioning in Mr. Henderson's office. The blinds were drawn. The atmosphere was tense. "Mr. Henderson," Miller started, "tell me about Friday. Everything you remember about closing the vault." Mr. Henderson recounted the procedure meticulously. He had checked the interior. He had ensured all cash was secured. He had set the dual combination locks. He had turned the massive wheel. He had heard the satisfying thud of the bolts engaging. He remembered the time. 4:58 p.m. He and Miss Perkins had signed the logbook. Miss Eleanor Perkins, the head teller, was interviewed next. "Yes, detective," she confirmed. "I was with Mr. Henderson. I saw him lock the vault. I verified the locks myself. We both signed out at 5 p.m. Her testimony was clear. It matched Mr. Henderson's account perfectly. The focus then shifted to the new security system, Secure Time Systems, Inc. The name kept coming up. "This system was installed when?" Miller asked. Mr. Henderson consulted his notes. "They started Saturday morning, June 1st. They worked through Sunday, June 2nd. They emailed the completion certificate around 10 p.m. Sunday night. This was the only significant change to the bank's operations." Miller drummed his fingers on the desk. A brand new system, and the footage corrupts at the exact moment of a major theft. Detective Miller was a man who trusted facts, not coincidences. "I want a representative from Secure Time Systems, Inc. down here. Now." Something was not right. He could feel it. Mr. Alistair Davies from Secure Time Systems, Inc. arrived an hour later. He was a young man, sharply dressed, carrying a sleek tablet. He seemed unfazed by the police presence or the tense atmosphere in Mr. Henderson's office. He listened patiently as Detective Miller outlined the situation: the open vault, the missing money, the corrupted footage. Mr. Henderson watched him, hoping for an explanation. Mr. Davies nodded slowly, his expression thoughtful rather than alarmed. He tapped a few commands into his tablet. "Detective Miller, Mr. Henderson," Mr. Davies began. "Our system, the Chronos Sentry Mark III, has a unique feature. It's called the Temporal Simulation Protocol. It's designed for advanced security drills and stress testing. The system can project a highly realistic simulation of a future security event, including simulated breaches and data corruption, to test response times and system integrity. He paused, letting the information sink in. It appears there has been a minor scheduling anomaly, a glitch, if you will. The room was silent. Mr. Davies continued. A full system stress test simulating a major heist was scheduled in our system for next Monday, June 9th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Due to a one-off initialization error during the final setup phase last night, the system appears to have prematurely activated a portion of that simulation this morning, June 2nd. He showed them his tablet. The vault was never physically breached. The money was never actually removed. The corrupted footage was a pre-programmed element of the simulation designed to test data recovery protocols. A collective sigh of relief filled the office. Mr. Henderson felt his legs go weak. Detective Miller raised an eyebrow. So, the vault is still locked? The money is still there? Mr. Davies nodded. Precisely. The system merely projected the scenario. We can override the active simulation now. He tapped his tablet again. A few moments later, his tablet chimed. Simulation terminated. All systems normal. They all went to the vault. It was securely locked. The money was all there. The Dallas heist was a heist that never was. A ghost in the machine. A twist in time's design.
Disclaimer: the crime stories shared on this channel are fictional and created purely for entertainment purposes. Viewer discretion is advised, as the themes may still include sensitive or suspenseful content. Watch as I bring you thrilling tales well. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an upload.